This particular incident, which we're talking about, happened in the early 80s. And we just before that got a set of the first 85s to come into the country, the Yamahas. The Sharks board tried out the first set, and then we got the second set to try out. And they were like dynamite motors. We were at the base, we'd just come back from training, and we got a call that there were some people being washed out to sea on a lilo. And that they were caught in a rip. So we responded from the rescue base round to the swimming beach, which is a beach called Alkonstrand. The coxswain of the boat, Mike Patterson, who was the station commander, said, we're going to deploy 2 rescue swimmers. And me being a fit young guy, I was one of those guys. And just before we started his run into coming to the surf, he turned off and said, we're going here, we're going to get caught on the sandbars. Because it was low tide, tide was coming in, so you're having all the water washing across the sandbars, which was creating this rip. So then he said, I'll drop you guys on the back line and you can swim in. And then standing on the back of the boat to do a high-speed jump off, this little birdie in my brain said, jump with a life jacket. And so we both jumped off the back of the boat with life jackets, swam in through the breakers, got to these guys who had been in the water for almost probably 10 minutes now, and said, no problem, we just sit here and the rip will wash us out, and then the boat will pick us up if it takes us out to sea, otherwise we'll just swim in. Well, that didn't happen. We were in this rip that was running down next to the beach, mostly 30 or 40 meters from the beach, and then turn, take it back out to sea towards the back line, then turn and run back towards the North Pier. So it was this continuous endless cycle, and we couldn't get out of it. Wearing a life jacket was a hindrance. It hindered you because you couldn't actually dive underneath the swells. And just think of a hot, typical summer's day in Zululand. Mid 35 degrees centigrade, humidity mostly at 80 or 90%. So wearing a wetsuit wasn't really the right thing to do. So you had on a crew shirt and a pair of swimming trunks. And that's how we jumped, with a pair of trunks on, a crew shirt and a life jacket on it. And trying to duck under all these swells, you just swallowed water. And we just went round in this washing machine. And we're getting nailed on the northward journey along the back line. You could see the rescue boat if you're not going. Until eventually, now there was a whole hordes of people on the beach, and the station's mobile, an old F-250 that we'd refurbed, had arrived. And my brother happened to be one of the guys in the vehicle, and he swam for Natal. He was a very, very good swimmer, far better swimmer than I was. And he swam out to the swimmer's line. As we got washed back down close to the beach, he swam out to us. At this stage, the one guy on the lilo had been washed out, and we were left, Clive, myself, and the 2 of us, with these 2 guys, which we were supporting with our life jackets, but we were getting nailed. I mean, the one guy was saying, we're going to die, and I was telling him, you're not going to die, shut up. And eventually my brother swam out to us from the beach with a swimmer's belt and a line on, got to us, we gave him these 2 guys, and they pulled the 3 of them in. Then he swam out to us again, and Clive went in with him, and then he swam out the 3rd time, and then the 2 of us went in. And when we got to the beach, you couldn't walk, because we'd been in the water for so long, and from cramp, you actually crawled up the beach. But that day, without a doubt, a life jacket saved my life and saved the life of those 2 guys.